Ladies and gentlemen, this week, New Jersey stands at a crossroads. The Senate Budget Committee will consider a proposal from Senate President Steve Sweeney and Governor Christie to radically change the pension and health benefits of NJEA members, of retirees, and countless other public employees. Now, we are still analyzing that piece of legislation, but we have concluded that it is a terrible proposal for several reasons. It does nothing to rein in broker fees that are costing taxpayers untold millions of dollars every year. It does nothing to bring transparency to the process of buying health insurance. And it does nothing meaningful to require the state to pay its share of pension costs now, even though that is the primary reason why our pension funds are in such trouble. Instead, this proposal would place the entire burden for reducing costs on the backs of working people. It would force hundreds of thousands of teachers, school employees, and other workers to pay billions of dollars more for their health insurance and their pensions. And let me begin by putting to rest for once and for all the false claim that NJEA members have, quote, free benefits. Now, everyone understands that rising health insurance costs are a problem, and additional payments by employees may ultimately be part of the solution. We believe that that is an issue for the collective bargaining table. But the Sweeney-Christie proposal fails to even address the fact that school districts can drastically reduce their health insurance costs before they insist that teachers and other school employees pay an increased percentage of those costs. So today, NJEA is calling on the legislature to require the following things. Open public bidding for all health insurance contracts. You know, after all, districts have to put out bids for number 2 pencils. Why not for multi-million-dollar insurance policies? We're also calling for total transparency regarding all brokers' fees so that the taxpayers will know how much that is costing them. Removing brokers' fees from all premium totals before calculating employee contributions, and ensuring the opportunity for all school districts to move into the school employees' health benefits plan in order to realize real savings for their taxpayers. And please don't forget, NJEA members are taxpayers too. Why should they have to pay a percentage of their salary based on premiums that may be too high and brokers' fees that are not even necessary? They should not, ladies and gentlemen. And here is our final point. What is about to happen tomorrow before the Senate Budget Committee is an insult to our members and an abuse of the public trust. If this legislation is approved by the committee, it will be proof positive that the interests of party bosses are more important to this legislature than the interests of the state's taxpayers. That is wrong, and that is why we are standing here today. We do not believe that this legislation should be fast-tracked because fast-tracking is almost always a sign that it is not in the best interest of the public. NJEA fully understands that the pension and benefit issues in New Jersey have to be addressed, as part of an overall strategy to restore fiscal stability to this state. More than a month ago, we submitted a thoughtful proposal on health care reform to Senator Sweeney. It called for the kind of transparency that we are calling for here today. And it called for collective bargaining to determine health care benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, we never even had the courtesy of a response from Senator Sweeney. We remain committed to serious participation in the discussion of all of these issues. We believe that health care, as part of our members' overall compensation, should be negotiated, not legislated or dictated. NJEA is not saying no to pension and benefit reform, as some might want you to believe. We just want any reforms to be thoughtful, fair-minded, and in the best interest of all parties, including the taxpayers of New Jersey. This legislation before us tomorrow meets none of those requirements. And we call on the Senate Budget Committee to derail the fast track express before it makes a bad situation even worse.